Okay, so I was talking to somebody about this creep show here that's illegally stalking me, and they told me to call the police. So let's try to call the police. This should be good. This should be good. Let's see.
Thank you for calling the Mankato Department of Public Safety. If this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 9. Please listen carefully as the menu options have changed. To speak to an officer or make a police report, press 1 for dispatch. Wait while I transfer your call.
I already have, especially since I already have a recording of him illegally videotaping me and another woman outside a few months back. Yeah, that's a stalking situation, and they're trying to act like that, turn it around on me, even though I've got the recording of him illegally stalking me outside for hours, me and other women. Oh, but I'm somehow in the wrong, right? I just got hung up on the police department. Don't you feel safe? Don't you feel totally safe here? Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to report that I'm being stalked by a stalker. Let's see how good the police are. This should be good. This should be a good one.
Changed. To speak to an officer or make a police report, press 1 for dispatch. Copy. Wait while I transfer your call.
First, I got hung up on. Boy, this is so professional, aren't they? They really care. Can't you tell?
Hello, Justice Center Dispatch.
Yeah, I wanted to report that I'm being stalked at a hotel by a stalker.
Are they there now?
And I've got a video footage of them illegally recording me a couple months ago as well. Myself and another woman when we were outside, and now they're staying here
Where are
too.
you at?
Well, I just want to make a police report. I don't actually want to physically report that in person. I would just want to make a police report about it.
That's totally fine. I just have a few questions for you here real
Okay.
quick. I'll get you hooked up with an officer and you can explain to him. Which hotel are you? Which hotel is this at?
River Suites.
Riverside Suites? And what room are you in?
I'm not going to tell you that information because I don't trust you. I want to make a police report.
Okay. Can I get your last name then?
No, you can't because I don't trust you, and nobody trusts the police. So that is the whole reason why I'm hanging up on you right now. Thank you, and thank you for nothing. Clearly, you don't. Clearly, you're not going to do anything, and you're
Okay, I'm
ridiculous.
trying to get some information.
There's no way. There's no way. Okay, they act like so. This is what happens when you call the police here, is that they turn it around on you and they try to get your name information, and they're all Masons, and this guy is a stalker is a Mason. Get it? So they'll turn it around on you, and then you'll end up arrested. Okay, for trying to turn them in because they're all Masons and they all work in cahoots and they're all the judges. Then you can't ever get a legitimate court date either because the judges are Masons and they're in cahoots. Okay, see how this works? So I just talked to somebody, that she's also seen the same dude, and she's like, try to report it to the police. Okay, so I just did, and see what happens there. They try to turn it around on me, and they try to say that I'm somehow in the wrong, or they want all the information on me, like it's an interrogation, and so nobody bothers calling the police anymore because it's an interrogation and you end up arrested. Okay, so do not call the police at all in the United States right now. Do not, and do not call the FBI. Okay, let's see how good the FBI is. Let me just show you what happens when you call the FBI in the United States. Okay, let's check that out. Do not call the police for anything. Okay, they are the criminals. Okay, so I would want. Okay, do not bother. You will end up, and they've turned around and they made police reports that have false information that ends up getting you in trouble. Do not call the police here in the States.
Please listen carefully as some of our options have changed. Please be advised that all complaints regarding international phone scams must be reported via the website www.ic3.gov. Again, that's www.ic3.gov. To leave a tip, report suspicious activity, or to report a federal crime, please press 1. To report a bank robbery or a kidnapping, or if you are a sworn law enforcement officer, please press 2. For members of the media, please press 3. For information regarding employment opportunities, please visit www.fbijobs.gov or press 4 for our Human Resources Department. For all other calls, please press 0 to speak with an operator.
Okay, so I'm trying to call the FBI
Please
right
hold
now.
for the next representative.
And I've talked about this, how I had probably 5 or 6 death threats right on my phone when I first got back from Arizona. I've shown these. I've done a whole video on it. We're coming after you. You're going down. And they didn't do anything about it. Yeah, I just have a question for you. Is this the FBI in Minnesota? I have a question for you. You know when you when they came in and they arrested Mike Lindell at the Hardee's in Mankato? I'm just curious, what was that about?
I wouldn't know, ma'am.
Well, you're the FBI. I'm asking the place that arrested him. It was at a Hardee's in Mankato, Minnesota, and you took his phone away. I'm just curious, why did the FBI do that? And who had the authority to do that to him?
Well, a judge would have signed a warrant to do that.
A judge would have signed a warrant? And what do you think the warrant was for? Because was he doing something wrong? Is that why you stopped him and illegally took his phone away? Because it was at a Hardee's in Mankato, and he was getting a fast food burger, and he was pulled in. There was some black vehicles that pulled in behind him, and like he was a criminal, and they took his phone. Were you after the evidence that he had on his phone? Is that what you were after?
Ma'am, we don't comment on ongoing investigations.
Oh, it's an ongoing investigation? Well, guess what? The Mike Lindell was never seen again after that incident. Let's see, what date was that? Mike Lindell was arrested at a Hardee's because I went to his Chaska office. You know, he used to have an office in Chaska, Minnesota, the MyPillow, and I went and I talked to some people after that incident, and they said he was never seen after that. And then it was really curious the way that his whole office moved to Shakopee after that. And then they got all new employees. The FBI just hung up on me. The FBI illegally, you can't trust the FBI, you can't trust the police. I prove it every day on my video, okay? The real Mike Lindell was never seen after that incident, okay? At a Hardee's in Mankato, Minnesota, okay? And then he used to have these offices in Mankato, so this was September 13th, 2022. The FBI seized his cell phone at a Hardee's when he was just at a drive-thru getting a burger. Okay? Oh boy. And he said there was apparently a warrant. This was like Mike Lindell that was really close to President Trump. That had he's on MyPillow. Does he look like some kind of criminal selling pillows? But apparently FBI thinks he's some kind of criminal. And they came behind him here in Minnesota, and they seized his phone. And then his offices were in Chaska, the MyPillow. And then after that, I went to those offices in Chaska, and I tried finding out what happened there. And they said that they didn't know, and that he hasn't been seen. And then it was really curious the way his whole office moved after that to a whole new location, and they got all new employees and all new people. Isn't that kind of curious? I find that really curious. Yeah, and I think everybody should. And then it's really funny the way you don't really see a whole lot of his pillow commercials anymore either. That's really curious as well. Okay? I find that concerning.